Captain StarLog, March 3rd, 2017. Welcome back, guys. I'm Captain Foley, and this is another Captain's Log. Initially, I had something planned. Like I said last time, I've got a project in the works, which wasn't finished for the last Captain's Log. It's still not finished. It's almost there, but I want to give it the attention it deserves, so I'm going to just talk about a few random things today, and when that's finished, when that project is finished, you'll see a Captain's Log in it for sure. So, first thing I want to talk about is, well, okay, the shirt. Let's start off with the shirt. I'm wearing one of my new shirts from James Palsrock. Fantastic shirts. I love the Trekyards logo here. It's all embroidered and nice. These are fantastic. I'm wearing my TNG command colors this time. It's burgundy. It's not red, so I don't want to hear any comments about me going on away missions and dying, because it's not TOS red. This is command TNG. I also got one coming that's the same style, but it's got gray. That can be like my off-duty one, or maybe my Nemesis style one. And of course I got the gold one, which is the TOS command colors. So thank you, James, for these shirts. They're absolutely fantastic, and I simply love them. They're amazing. A lot of people have asked where they can get these shirts. They're not available for purchase yet. They might be something similar. We are working on the Trekyards store, as you guys have known for quite a while, and it's something that is in the works, so stay tuned for that for sure. Next thing I want to talk to you guys about is some good news. If you guys are Canadian, you're aware of a channel called Space. There's a show on there every day, which is a sci-fi news show called Inner Space, which is hosted by Teddy Wilson, AJ Fry, and Morgan Hoffman. I was recently contacted by one of the producers of the show, like 2 days ago. They sent me an email saying that they'd like to feature Trekyards on there, and they would like to come and interview some of the people behind the scenes. So since it's in Toronto, I told them I lived in London. They're going to make a road trip down here at the end of March, last week of March, to film at my house at Trekyards Command here. And we're going to have Samuel. They're going to interview him over Skype. He's going to do some high HD video recording of the interview on his end, and then send it to them so they can edit it in. So we're going to be featured on an episode of Inner Space sometime, probably in April-ish, I would imagine. But we'll keep you guys posted as to when that's happening and kind of what's going on with that, so you guys can check it out yourselves. But that's really exciting for us. They get millions of viewers a day for that program. I watch the show every day. I'm a fan of it for sure. So they're sending one of them here probably to interview us, and a camera crew and all that. So it should be pretty exciting. So stay tuned for that, guys. That's really great news. I didn't contact them. They just contacted me out of the blue with an email saying that they would like to feature Trekyards on one of their shows. So that's fantastic. So that's some great news there. And speaking of Trekyards, I just want to clear up a few things. I Googled Trekyards the other day. I just want to see what was out there, and there's some interesting stuff. There's a Reddit blog saying, is it just me, or do you guys kind of find the guys from Trekyards a little irritating at times? Just fine. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. A lot of people kind of stood up for us, and you know, they expressed their feelings that, you know, we were what kind of makes the show interesting because of our personalities and whatnot. But one of the comments said that the show's not always reliable. They don't know where we get our facts. But what they don't understand, and what I want to explain now, is Trekyards is entertaining. It's an entertainment program based on Star Trek. The facts that we use are from multiple websites: Memory Alpha, Memory Beta, you name it. If there's information out there on a ship, we'll find it. Plus the books I have, the Star Trek Encyclopedia, the technical manuals, Deep Space Nine, TNG, things like that. The original technical manual, Spaceflight Chronology, which isn't really considered canon, but and you know, the Haynes workshop manuals on the Enterprise, the Bird of Prey, things like that. I got a whole list of books over here that I use to research these episodes. The Starship Spotter. I'm actually working on the Intrepid class, which is an upcoming data file. So there's some facts in here that I use as well on certain ships. And yeah, there are a lot of conflicting information and things on Star Trek ships. Sizes, dates, weapons loadouts, things like that. There's always conflicting information, especially on sizes. And what we've said all along with Trekyards is Trekyards, we want to merge all of this information into one entertaining tale. That's kind of a fluid thing. If there's certain conflicting information that we want to point out both, we will mention both. But generally, it's not to be considered all canon, because I use Starfleet Battles references, I use FASA references, we use everything in our research and to make it as entertaining as possible. But we try to conglomerate the facts from all these different sites into kind of one tale. Now there are things that do contradict each other, which we try to either explain with our discussions in the show, or we will script the explanation that earlier versions of the ship didn't have as many weapons as later versions. Later versions got like refiring whatever that you don't always see. So a lot of times I can see why people don't think that the information is accurate. It is. It's all accurate. It's all out there somewhere. So what we try to weave it into an interesting tale and an interesting entertaining narrative, because we have our personalities that we bounce off each other. We don't always agree. We sometimes argue about certain things, which a lot of people like. And so I just wanted to get that out there. Also, the mission briefings, we get a lot of flack for those that we haven't done our research, especially with Fleet Yards. The 2001 Discovery 1 ship we just did, a very passionate ship. People are very passionate about it. They will at least watch the movie first. I've seen the movie a few times, on and off, as I said in the episode. I haven't seen it for quite a few years. And mission briefings are just that. They're just us going in cold, talking about a ship design based on our knowledge that we already have, speculating about what things are, and that annoys a lot of people. But at the same time, we've got a lot of comments on that last one saying that going in cold approach is something that they find charming about the show. It gives a fresh vibe, plus to hear our thoughts about what things could be when other people know exactly what they are. And that's fine. That's what the full episodes of Fleet Yards are for. The full episodes of Trekyards, where we look at a ship specifically. We get you all those details, all those facts. But mission briefings are done rather quickly. We got a bunch of pictures put together for a specific ship. We talk about it, and we get that out there for you guys to enjoy. So we can get more ships released a week. So you guys have something to whet your appetite if you have a favorite ship that we're going to cover eventually, but we haven't got to it yet. You can see it in a mission briefing, things like that. So it's something to kind of tide you guys over until we can get around to the full episodes. The full episodes take a lot of time to research, write, and all that, and we can't spend that much time on every show. We do like having a show a week or a show a day every week. That's something that we're very interested in, and we love doing for you guys. But some of them just require faster editing and stuff, and that's why we do the mission briefing style the way we do. Even with some Star Trek ships, we get the flack saying, well, you should look into the ship first, or at least read the wiki page on it before you go in. Sometimes we do that. Sometimes we glance at the wiki page while we're filming the episode, but generally we don't want to do that. We just kind of want to talk about the ship based on our knowledge that we already have. And that's really your chance to shine as the fans, because your comments on that, the facts that you know, the facts that you've collected over the years of reading books, reading technical manuals, watching television shows, all those facts that you put in the comments get used when we make the full episodes. You guys are in a way contributing to the full episode of the show. So if there's an interesting fact that you heard way back in 1978 from some obscure fan magazine or whatever, we want to know that stuff, because we might not be able to find that online. We might not be able to get that information collected for the episode. So your comments and things like that on the episode are what we use, in addition to our research, to include in the episode. So you guys can be part of the episode, get your information, your obscure little facts, your trivia, your Easter eggs into our episode, and then out to the general audience. So that's one of the reasons that we do mission briefings the way we do. So I just want to give you an idea of how Trekyards works and why we do things the way we do. Not all the facts we use are canon facts based on Memory Alpha, because that'd be A, pretty boring, and B, really short episodes. The data files, that was the initial concept for them, to just use canon facts and measurements. But a lot of the ships we've done in data files don't have measurements, don't have enough facts to even fill out the 3.5 minute data file length. So again, we have to go into some other information, some side information, maybe some stuff from novels, things like that that are kind of side canon, or even games if the ship is in a game. There's we have to balance the canon with the non-canon based on the time constraints for the episode, based on interesting facts, things like that. So it's a whole juggling process of getting the best episode for you guys out there and the best facts that we think we want to show you guys. Now, that's one of the reasons that we started Trekyards, because I have a lot of Star Trek knowledge just collected from over the years of growing up in the 80s with Starfleet Battles and FASA, and my brother has a lot of interesting insights and thoughts on Star Trek and things like that. That little facts that we've heard in the 80s, you know, from the official magazine, the fan magazine and stuff. I got the patch right here, the official fan club. Things like that, that a lot of them you can't find online. So that's one of the reasons I wanted to start Trekyards with Samuel, because I wanted to get these facts that I have locked in my head about, you know, the original TOS ships that, you know, are FASA and Starfleet Battles related information out there to you guys, because it's interesting stuff that I've always enjoyed over the years as a fan of ships. And I want to get you guys to experience that and to hear it in an interesting format, and I think that's what we're trying to accomplish here. So I just want to put those Reddit posts, I just want to set those straight with this information. I understand that Reddit's kind of a forum for theories and complaining, basically. So that's fine. I mean, if you're not being talked about either good or bad, you're not doing, you know, we're doing something right, apparently. If you're not hated by people, you know, if you're hated by people, you're doing something right. And a lot of people don't like us for some reason, one reason or another, that's fine. But it's you guys that do appreciate the show and come back all the time to check us out. I really appreciate that. And yeah, we can't make everybody happy 100% of the time with everything we do, especially these captain's logs. These are my opinions. These are my thoughts on things. Freaks a lot of people out, especially in the last one where I talked a little bit about William Shatner and stuff. And that's fine. You're entitled to your opinion, but so am I. I just choose to put mine, you know, put a little effort into mine, put it on the internet, and have you guys, you don't have to watch it. I'm not twisting your arm. So I don't know why you get so furious and up in arms when you've watched the episode and you're not happy with it. You can turn it off at any time. We're not, you know, Clockwork Oranging you, having you tied to a chair with your eyelids taped open, watching the episode. Do what you need to do. If you don't want to watch an episode, don't watch an episode. That's fine. But I love the open-minded people that no matter how much negativity a certain topic generates, I get the equal amount of positivity about it or support from you guys. Usually greater positive vibes than negative in most cases, and that's something that I really appreciate from you guys. A lot of my regular viewers, you know, they don't always agree with me, but they stick up for me and say he's entitled to his opinion. You know, you didn't have to watch it. So anyway, that's that. That's what I wanted to get that point across about Trekyards and what we're trying to accomplish here with the show. It's not to be, you know, canonista. This is the way it was in the show. This is the only way it can be. No, that's so close-minded. There's so much great content out there and talented people that have contributed to side canon and games and novels that really deserve their information put out there and shared by people and enjoyed by people. So that's where we sit with that. Another thing I just want to touch on real quick. I was watching Errand of Mercy the other day, and Kor, he smiles a lot. I'm wondering, did the Klingon augment virus affect Klingon's teeth? Because we know Worf likes his tooth sharpener, his Ferengi tooth sharpener. He's got the jagged teeth. All the TNG Klingons do. TOS, they got perfectly pearly whites. You know, perfectly straight pearly whites. So what happened is, I mean, it's not really bone. It's much like bone. So is it like, you know, it smoothed all the teeth out perfectly? Just like it smoothed out their foreheads? Seems odd to me. Just something I noticed, a little thing that I noticed that not a lot of people might have noticed, but I wanted to bring it up. What are your thoughts? Do you think that the Klingon augment virus affected the teeth? Or do you think that the dental and oral hygiene on Kronos is, you know, subject to fashion waves, where sometimes it's fashionable, like in the 60s, to have straight, clean teeth, and then, you know, in more modern times, it's, you know, go with the natural sharp tooth, kind of ganked up tooth approach. I don't know. What do you guys think? Just the things that you watch, you know, when you watch Star Trek as much as I do, you just pick up on these little things and you're like, huh? And these are the things I think. So don't shoot me for thinking these weird things. This is just how it is. And I, you know, doing what I can, guys. And the last thing I want to touch on is the unfortunate passing of Bill Paxton. Now, we know him from Aliens, Predator 2, Titanic, Twister, a whole bunch of great movies, sci-fi. He was a fantastic actor, and he died young due to complications due to surgery. So it's a very sad thing. I just wanted to touch on that a little bit and kind of send our thoughts and prayers to his family and his friends at this time. So now a lot of people had posted, well, not a lot of people, we had about 2 or 3 posts on the Trekyards page about it, which is fine. I get why you guys want to do it, but he wasn't specifically a Star Trek actor, so the Fleet Yards page is more the thing for that. But when somebody passes away like that, please wait until we've made a memorial post about it, because I put one on the Fleet Yards page and then I shared it on the Trekyards page, even though he was never a Star Trek actor. It was big sci-fi news, so we thought we'd include it. But when that post goes up by us on the page, then you can please comment on it, share your pictures, your memes, your whatever on it. That's something that we encourage you guys to do. But keep it in the one thread, the one comments thing, because we don't want to clutter up the page with unnecessary stuff that doesn't really relate to the page. There are hundreds of other pages for that, thousands in some cases. So please share all your other information there. But we're doing a post about those kind of things when they occur. So I just wanted to touch on that. And I think that's it, guys. Really quick captain's log today again. And again, thank you for joining me. Touched on a few things. Looking forward to the crew from space coming from inner space. I don't know who's going to come and interview us. And with Morgan Hoffman, I really would like her to come. She's a very attractive lady. I do enjoy watching her. Teddy Wilson's a Trekker. He doesn't believe in Trekkie. I'll have to straighten him out on that one if he comes. I prefer Trekkie personally, but he's, you know, more of a Trekker, which is fine. I just kind of wanted to, every time he says Trekker on the show, I kind of went, eh. But anyway. And AJ Fry, be fine. He's kind of opinionated, but so am I. Maybe that's why I don't really agree with everything he says. So I'm not the biggest fan of AJ Fry, but should he come, that'll be fine too. We could have a little debate about a few things. So we'll see how that goes. I might do some behind the scenes filming for you guys to share with you guys in a captain's log after that. Like I said, they're coming in the last week of March, so literally like 4 weeks away. We'll be filming that, and then it'll probably be a fortnight to a month for the release of the segment. So, but that'll all be shared with you when it'll be aired and things like that, so you guys can check it out. And yeah, anyway, I think that's it. So until next time, guys, thanks again for tuning in to this captain's log, and enjoy Trekyards this week. We got some great stuff coming up, so we will talk to you very soon. This is Captain Foley signing off. Bye bye.